Encanto, a better Disney movie. This movie came out in November, late November of 2021, and was a smash hit, mostly due to the song. Well, you know the song I'm talking about, right? But besides that, this film, of course, was done by Disney, so it would be a huge, marketing thing. And I wasn't too interested in it when the trailer came out a year before it was released. I'm like, oh, there goes another weird Disney movie. But after it came out, and then a few months went by, and I'm like, I'll watch it. I want to see what it's about. And, there's the song, of course. So I decided to watch it, and I'll give you my thoughts on it after I give you the stats for this movie, because that's just what I do. So the movie is over an hour and a half long. It's an hour 40. So that's about like normal time for animated movie. On IMDb, it has 7.3 out of 10 rating out of 170,000 ratings. So that's an average Disney movie, probably. On opening weekend, it got 27 million, which is pretty good, and especially since the pandemic. And in the U.S., it earned 95.5 million, and worldwide 251 million. Now, a few facts on this film. In the beginning, it shows that this movie was the 60th Disney animated film to be made. So congratulations for Disney. Still surviving to this day. However, in due of the recent controversies, there might be some problems with that. But that's aside from this movie. The one thing about this movie was the song We Don't Talk About Bruno, which reached number one on the Hot 100 on the Billboard charts. And I think it stayed at number one for a few weeks, which is kind of crazy, especially coming from a animated film. But the song was solely written by Lin-Manuel Miranda. So for people, if you probably listen to it more than 3 times, it'll get stuck in your head. But I've only listened to it twice, so it hasn't got stuck in my head yet. I don't know what to say about it. I mean, it was an okay song, I guess. It was slightly catchy. But the rest of the soundtrack for this film, it was okay. It wasn't bad for a animated film. But you expect this from Disney. You really do, because the animation has to be top notch. The animation for this movie, it was very pretty. But the unfortunate thing is that I think in about a few years we're going to become so accustomed to Disney and all these big corporations coming up with these very pretty animation films, and we're going to forget how good like the 2D animation was. That's my fear with this, but I got straight to the point here. So yes, this was a very pretty film, but you expect that from Disney. So as far as the characters go, so the plot and the characters, this film kind of stole a little bit, again, cultural appropriation, right? From the Pixar Disney film, Coco, and the Hispanic culture. And it centers around a family who got magical powers from a candle. And are they making fun of Catholic candles here? I don't know. But so it just centered around a family who gets magical powers through this candle. And they've survived they're getting to 3 generations on this candle. And this candle provided them with a safe haven. And I liked that they didn't specify the bad people in this. They only show up for like 2 scenes, one in the beginning and one toward the end of the movie, but they don't really specify who the bad guys are. So this movie's it's a safe family movie. It's good in that way, that it's a safe movie, and there was no political drive behind this movie, which is getting harder and harder these days, especially from a big corporation like Disney. So that was good to have. So the characters themselves. So there you got your main female protagonist who doesn't have her. She's the only one in the family who doesn't have magical powers. And she, it kind of drags down on her a little bit. But she's not totally dismayed. She keeps herself up, and then it leads to a bigger end in the story. And actually the whole family depends on her because she doesn't have those powers. Now, the ending, I thought the ending was fitting. It was a good ending. One person I did recognize was John Leguizamo. Leguizamo? Yeah. Me and my celebrity names. But overall, this was actually a pretty good film. And actually one of the better Disney films from the last 2 decades. Yeah, after that I won't even go into Turning Red. Really, Disney? Pixar? I mean, a little short note here on Turning Red. I've watched every single Pixar film except for that one. I watched 30 seconds of Turning Red and I was I was turning red with anger and embarrassment all at the same time. So I'm not covering that movie for a while. Not until I get the courage enough to watch that thing. Anyway, so overall thoughts on this movie. It was a good movie. It's better one of the better Disney movies of this era, I guess. So I give it a B plus. The plot was okay. It was beautiful, gorgeous, typical Disney animation. And I'm gonna say we're getting used to this, and I don't think we should be. We're getting to the limits of good animation, I think. But yeah, that's probably it for this movie. Would I watch it again? Yeah, maybe. It's a definitely rewatchable film. Like I said before, if the movie gets above a C plus, if the movie gets at least a B minus, I'd probably watch it again. Yeah, I'd definitely rewatch it. So yeah, I'd give it a thumbs up for you to watch. Even if you've been scared as of late by Disney, this is actually a good movie. So there it is. Godspeed.